So one of the things you need to know how to do is figure out the properties of your item or part in Autodesk Inventor. And it's actually something that we've learned how to do earlier in the year. But what you do is you click on the name of your part and you go to iProperties. And then you go to physical. We'll move this down so you can see. We click on physical. So iProperties and then physical. And it'll tell you what the part is made out of, and it'll tell you the mass and the area and the volume. Although it doesn't actually give it to you. For some reason, whenever you first open a part, if the part hasn't been physically updated in the iProperties, it won't show up. And so even though the mass is there, the volume is there, the surface area is there, it's not popping up. And the reason is, well, I mean, you might think, well, why don't I just select something different? Well, that'll change the mass of the area inherently. Instead, I'm going to update it as a generic part, and it should pop up everything that we need to know. If it had a density of 1, what its mass would be. Of course, the area and the volume, the surface area and the volume won't change. But then again, we can do the exact same thing if it wasn't generic. Sometimes when it's created the first time you open it, or if you don't change it in iProperties, so if you change the material and tools, for example, it won't show up in iProperties as updated. It won't give you the material. So we go to iProperties. Let me show that again. I click on the name in our model or our browser over here, and we go to iProperties, and we go to physical. You'll see that it says in A, so it won't give you the mass, it won't give you the volume, even though it's asking for that. You have the density, but you don't have the information that you need. What we need to do is we need to update it as copper. So we don't want to change the material. That will inherently change the mass. We don't want that. Instead, we're going to leave it as copper or whatever. If they had it as nylon, for example, we leave it as nylon, whatever they had it as, because we don't want to change what it is inherently. We just leave it and hit update, and it should tell you whatever you need to know about the center of gravity, the X, Y, and Z direction, the mass, the area, and the volume, and so on and so forth.